Okay, so wanted to welcome everyone to Web Development One. Um, this is this class will teach you about, web development, HTML, CSS, and all sort of goodies and treats that, this is one of my favorite classes that I actually teach at Gwinnett Tech. It's actually one of my first classes that I taught, and I've been here for 10 years now. We've been through a lot of different changes and things like that, but for the most part, the content still stays the same. And just, I wanted to say that I love teaching this course and love seeing what people get out of the course. So let's first start here. And I'm hoping that everyone did the no-show assignment. Please make sure that that is done by Sunday because we do have a no-show requirement, which we have to post, and anyone who hasn't posted or did anything in the class this week will be dropped. So you want to make sure that you do complete the no-show quiz, and it is a release condition, so that you can see the rest of the course. And I hope you had a chance to move around in the course to learn about what is going to be expected of you. Here is the syllabus, your technology requirements that you can check. I did get some information. I did get some students asking about, come on, still learning this Blackboard Ultra. Some people that asked about the course resources of where you can find the required textbook. Required textbook is here. That is the textbook. You can actually have a hard copy or online, whichever you prefer. Purchasing domain name and hosting services. These are particular videos which you can watch, to actually get your web hosting and things set up. I think I did get another question about people wanting to use free Hostia. You're more than welcome to use free Hostia if you are more comfortable with that one. It doesn't really matter to me as long as you have something up. Now, for the first couple of weeks, I do allow you to attach zip files, but after that, I do expect everyone to have their websites up and running. And if that is an issue, then you need to reach out to me as soon as possible because it is a web development class. So one of the requirements is that you know how to post to the web and seeing how your assignments look live as well as your midterm project and your final project. So you want to make sure that you are doing that. Do you have a discussion board here where you can ask questions or about the lessons or anything? Or you can actually feel free to reach out to me directly. So so you do have those options out there that are afforded to you. I just want to kind of like devil around in here. And I do periodically check those so that I can get back to you. Also, I'm just trying to look for where hang on just for 1 second. Okay, student resource instruction. Oh, I think it's in the syllabus. Okay, yeah, this is what I was looking for. Okay, this is my contact information here. I don't know if you all had a time to play around in here, but this gives you a little bit information about me. I actually been, like I said, I've been at Gwinnett Technical College for 10 years now. So I just recently finished my doctoral program, so I get to add doctor to my name now. I'm a designer, a developer, educator, entrepreneur, and I've been doing all of this for over 20 years now. Specialty in web design and development, bachelor's of science degree in computer information systems from Villa Julie College, which is now known as Stevenson University in Stevenson, Maryland. And I also earned a Master of Science degree from Capella and also earned a doctorate, all in information technology. Throughout my career, I've collaborated with various businesses, both in the public and private sector, leveraging my skills in design and development while managing my personal business, Creative Mindsets LLC, which has transitioned into creating training courses for learners. Be sure to visit my portfolio section to check out the course that I'm developing now. It's for the UX design students who want to also learn how to develop in code, because that's one of the requirements now. I don't know what your career field is gearing towards, but the web development does help because a lot of UX designers don't know both. So having the best of both worlds, and that's what that course is going to be about. So check that out. There's also another mini course on accessibility functionality that you can learn how to spot, like for accessibility information. So you can also check that out too. That's on my portfolio. And you also can visit Creative Mindsets, my actual business website is actually going through some transitional changes. So some stuff is on there that you can learn about the different types of way that students learn and things like that. So feel free to check that out to learn more about me and what I have been focusing on. I do have my phone number listed on here. Feel free to contact me, but make sure that it's at a decent hour. You can text, you can email, you can even, if you want to put something out on that, ask my instructor. But the quickest way to get in touch with me probably would be to text. But I do teach at several different schools. So please let me know what class you're taking and what school you're from so that I'll know who you are. And I've gotten some emails and texts from people and they have put it into that particular format. So just stick with that and you should be fine. Mhm. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what you will be doing for week one. So here's the setup for all of your classes. So first and foremost, there is a case project in the back of your book, and I'll go over that in detail a little bit more, but it's about creating a web page for a web wildlife rescue organization. I believe it's Lab 2 in the back of the textbook. So what you will do is each week you will complete that assignment, and that assignment is it'll what it does is it builds every week. And what we'll do is we'll talk about different lessons and stuff that concerning that each week. I don't really down the first week I kind of like, and I didn't get a chance to put up the answer key for that because I usually give the answers to that, but I didn't get a chance because I was late getting set up and everything. Believe it or not, I was just getting you all set up over the weekend. So if there are some dates or something that is not right, please reach out to me as soon as possible so I can change it. But for the first week, you're going to submit your final project proposal. You're setting up that website. So you're going to submit your domain name here. So you're going to do that here. You're going to just complete your quizzes. And there's an icebreaker here, which I thought was a fun icebreaker. So be sure to actually um, participate in doing that icebreaker. I'm kind of know and curious to know what you all come up with. And then you're actually going to complete your first assignment for Lab 2, creating a web page for a wildlife rescue organization. Now, I will put that information out there. I do ask that you don't just copy and you try to figure, just to understand what's going on. But I make that fairly easy because here it is. It's a lot to do in that first week. So I do give a bonus in giving you that information. So that will be up sometime tomorrow so that you can take a look to see exactly what I will be looking for. But this for week one. So Try to make your initial post, I would say by Wednesday. That way it will give your peers a chance to respond. You do need to respond to at least one other student by Sunday. All assignments are always due the following Sunday. So week one, everything is due the following Sunday. Now, as far as quizzes, there's no makeup on quizzes, but you do get 2 tries. And I always take the the um the highest of the grade. But you do get two tries for each quiz each week. The midterm, the only one that's now when you get down to the midterm project, I usually give 2 weeks for that. And so that's the only thing, but all the case projects are always open. You do have unlimited time to post your information, but I would advise not to wait because once I actually put up the solution file, then it's no longer viable for you to kind of like get any sort of passing high grades. So this class to me, and like I always tell students, it's a lot of work, but there's no reason why anyone shouldn't be able to come out with high marks as long as you do the work. I do find out that students who attend these classes each week, and if you can't use the watch the recording, I do find out that they kind of like do better, because it is an online class and online takes discipline because you don't have someone watching over your shoulder, making sure that you're doing the work and, getting your assignments done. So you pretty much have to manage your own time. So in a way, it could be a blessing and a curse. So make sure that you actually keep up with your assignments each week. If there's going to be an issue or concern, reach out to me as soon as possible so that we can try to work out some type of plan. Now, the one thing that there's no exceptions is no makeups on quizzes or discussions. So before you email me or anything like that, just let you know that you cannot make up those assignments. So you need to get those assignments done within the week that they are due. Assignments, I keep them open, so I'm a little bit lenient when it comes to them. Yeah, so please make sure that you know that you actually are getting those assignments done. Now, coming up here, week 7, just want to briefly go over here. This is where your midterm project is, where you have the option of choosing one of the following: an event planning website, travel website, or blog website, and you're going to just create it, using the skills that you've learned throughout the course. And this is what you'll have to and you'll know all this is because I think it's chapters 1 through 7, and just giving you like a preview for when you actually do that final project. What I do try to encourage students to use is use the same layout and design that you chose for your midterm project for your final project. That way you won't have to come back and do rework. Now, the only thing that you cannot do for your final project topic is not is the case project. You cannot do anything on the web page for a wildlife rescue organization. You can't do that. And I will honestly say any of the case projects that are listed in the textbook because I want you to be creative and come up with your own thing. And so with that being out there, it's so easy to go in there and get ideas, but I want the ideas to actually come from you. So, and have your creative niche come about. So make sure that you are doing that. Now, as far as your final project proposal, 150 words, you can pretty much do your final project proposal on anything that you like, just as long as it's not offensive or anything like that. No religion, politics, or anything controversial that would have an effect on others, then you can't do that. But if you have a favorite hobby, or you want to do something for your job, or you might even have a personal business that you are running and you wanted to kind of like polish that up and do that. Now, as far as setting up your website, and I think I do have mine up just to give you an idea. Okay. I just didn't change it yet. I'll go into it and change it. Lorna Richardson dot. Oh, okay. Something's. Oh, is that? Okay, wait a minute. It might be. oh, this one isn't secured. Okay. So here is my website as a CSS instructor. These show all of the chapters for, let me try to move this out the way. These are all of the chapters. So in each list, this is where you will be posting your work for all of the chapters that's listed in the textbook. I don't think it's 16 of them, but I had to check again. And then the midterm project and your final project. So these are all of the your lessons for this term. So this is what is supposed to look like. Or, if you want to choose something else, but the idea is that once lesson one, you will post your information there and so on and so on. So actually, I do have my hosting through Free Hostier. I didn't use the new one out there, but you can use the new one or you can use Free Hostia, whatever one you choose. Or if you have something else you want to use, like you might already have something with GoDaddy, that's fine. Whatever you choose to use, this make sure that it's in the format that I can get to your work. So, for instance, like I'll click on lesson one. Now, I don't have anything in there yet, but I would take this link and right here, if I'm talking about lesson one, and then I would actually go here where it says assignment. So I will go in that assignment. When I post, I will actually, so for my submission, I will actually put that link in there. So you'll see how it says to upload your files via your website or post your link or attach files. So either or for the first week if you want to do zip files because maybe you might didn't get your website up and running. I do allow that for the first 2 weeks, but after that you need to reach out to me and let me know, hey, what's going on, I'm not getting my website up and running, and then we can set up something. We can do a Teams channel or whatever works for you. But these are the lessons that you will get each week for the course. And so, like I said, everything is always due the following Sunday. I do give a little bit of leeway with and what I do is I'll post the solution files. I probably will go to the announcements and do that and post the solution files for that week where you will see, and I will actually have them on my actual website so that you can actually see them, so that you can follow them because it actually builds each week. So that's something that you want to keep track of. And also, I would actually say for your final project, I would say not to wait until the last minute to get that final project done because you have to capture all of the requirements in that final project. There is a final project presentation that will be in a video format. So you will be responsible for doing that. But we'll talk more about it once we get there. But I do have the rubric in here. Inside that rubric, you will see every element that you have to capture, in order to get points. And it's a lot in here. So that's why, I would recommend that students not wait until the last minute to actually get that done. I've had students that try to create a website within the weekend, but The only bad part about that is you can tell that they created that website within a weekend. So you want to give yourself time, and start playing with it right away. Now, for your midterm project, you can use Lorem Ipsum for your text, your content, but for the final project, you need to use real content. So there is a plus within that. If you, I would say, kind of like put the titles and so that people will actually know what you're doing. Titles, navigation, spell that stuff out. But the actual content within the website, like the body, you can actually use Lorem Ipsum for that. So, and just in case if you don't know what Lorem Ipsum is, most people do, but there is a site out here that you can go to for Lorem Ipsum. Now, this is all in English, but you can actually generate your code that way to actually shows all this. Okay, let me go back. Let's generate words. It's not working. Let's. Okay. Maybe they must be having some issues right now, but yeah, this is that site that you would go to. Okay, here we go. More Nipsum. You're supposed to be able to hit this and then generate, but for some reason, maybe it's down for some reason. But that's the way that you would get the Lorem Ipsum. And there's other sites out there too that you can use, but that's the way to get that information. They could be doing some actual testing or something right now. So, and that's basically in a nutshell of what you are responsible for. Like I said, for the first week, I don't normally go into detail about what you will be doing because I kind of like give you a free week to kind of like just migrate the content to see what is responsible, what you need to accomplish for the week, and just to get the lay of the land of what you are exploring. Okay, so let me stop sharing for 1 second because I do want to show you where the actual information is for, let's see here. Okay, keeps appearing and then disappearing. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Stop sharing. Okay, so let me go and pull up the textbook. And while we're doing that, I actually did have it up already, but feel free to ask any questions that you might have, maybe something that you might be struggling with or something that I can answer. Let me just get to what I'm trying to find.
Hey, this is Brian speaking. I'm already struggling on day one. I um, I've gone. May I share my screen real quick and just show you what my problem is? Is that okay
Sure,
if
as long
not?
as you, long as
Okay,
you, long as you don't mind everyone seeing it.
I don't mind.
Okay.
Maybe someone push me in the right direction. Okay, so I've gone and textbook. Okay, that's of course resources. That's good. Domain name. That's all good. I went and I don't know about GoDaddy and all this sort of thing. I'm new to all this, so I just went here and bought a name. And then I've followed these videos here. And then click here to download the templates. And I clicked there and download the template. And I get to video 3. And here's video 3. And the gentleman here, and you can see he's downloaded his stuff if I made it to Mac. But the curious thing, so he's got, let's see, OneDrive and 1510 materials, chapter 2, lab 3. And then he's got a folder he must have created called rescue, and it's got these 2 HTML files there within. And at any rate, I can find an index HTML. I cannot find a template HTML within
Okay, so
yes.
I'm going to
Sorry.
stop you just for one
Thank
second.
you. Okay.
Now, I don't really require the students to do the template file. I just want you to do the index files. I forgot. I'm glad you brought that up, and that brings me into actually. So, were you able to get your website up and running for one thing?
No, because I've just again I banged my head against the wall for a couple hours, and then I went and took a walk because, I mean, I get here. Bear with me, please. I get. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to move this thing. Okay, there you go. I get to here, and to upload a file, and then I go and I've downloaded. Gosh, here I've downloaded this information here, and let's see, lesson 2. I grabbed the wrong one. Sorry about that. Short answer, no, I was not here. Let's go in here. I think is what I'm looking for. Student lesson 2, chapter 2. Oh shucks. Sorry about this. No, I'm no, I
Let me
was
see. So,
okay.
where is your since you're up, your URL? What did you like your domain name? Can you see anything when you go to that? Like when you
Well, no, because I haven't. I can see a little bit, but I haven't. How shall I say? I haven't finalized everything there within.
Okay, so
okay.
You have the gist of it. So basically,
There's my name, so I got that part done.
so
But
basically,
then
go back to
and
your
then I
C.
just sorry.
Go back to your C panel
Yes, ma'am.
where you uploaded files.
Mhm.
So okay, so no, where's the information like for the template that you seen that because you seem to got that up on your website. So go to that
Shucks.
place.
Well, I was following this guy here on these
Right.
tutorials.
Those
Uh,
that
that are
index and template file, that's just no more than the class assignments. That's what he was trying to the labs that I was talking about. That's what you're seeing there. So yeah.
okay. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, so go back
Listen.
to your C panel.
All righty.
What's on the other tabs that you have up there? You have some other C panel
Yeah,
tabs.
here's the
Oh,
just the
that's
very steps. You
that.
go file manager, and then you click
Yeah,
file
that's what
manager. You
I
get
want you.
here.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, under lesson 1, so click on lesson 1.
All righty. Oh, oh shucks. I'm
Oh,
sorry. It's timed out on me, but that's okay. We'll get
yeah.
in it. Lickety split. Uh,
And actually, this is like a learning lesson for people who have not actually had a chance to, set
it's
up their
fine with
website.
me.
Yeah.
Uh, Sorry about this.
Oh, no, not at
And
all.
let's see. There we are. Oh, come on, Brian. Uh, Tech edu password.
Is that your username that you made it?
Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
just went in and accepted the.
Oh, okay.
Bear with me, please. Let's see. Let's try that one more time. Might have just needed to be refreshed. gosh.
Okay, what I can do here while you,
Sorry about this.
that's
Here, I'm gonna
okay.
stop sharing and,
Okay, so
in the
let me
back.
go over
Mhm.
the textbook stuff first, and
Okay,
then
sorry. Yeah.
we'll come back to that, and I'll actually pull up. So I'm going to share screen again here. And okay, so this is your textbook, and that's good to know because you got which lab you were supposed to do, because most students have an issue with finding the correct lab. So I'm going to start from the beginning. Okay, so this right here is your chapter 1. And so I'm at the end of the chapter where there's a chapter summary. So, and then they have some other stuff in here where you can apply your knowledge, extend your knowledge, analyze, correct, and improve. Then we start getting to in the labs. So lab 1 is creating a web page. That's not your case project. And then there comes to lab 2, creating a web page for a wildlife rescue organization. So you want to make sure that you complete all the assignments, all of the instructions in there. Now, some of them maybe have like questions. Now, if you're posting up to your website, you don't post the questions up to your website. You actually attach that or put them in the section with inside of Blackboard so that you answer that, because so that you can make sure that you actually done everything. So, and that's what you do. You make sure you complete all the steps all the way up to step 13, but ignore anything concerning templates. I do not make the students do templates because when I was going through it, it just seems like it was just, too much to have you create templates along with your assignments. So if there's anything about templates, you can ignore that. Just make sure you have the actual files. And I'm going to actually put the answer key for lab 2 for week 1 up on my website so that you can actually review it. So that's what you'll do there. So this
Okay,
and
so
then
bottom line, I was following this gentleman verbatim,
right.
and that's not okay. That's not
So and the
the
one
correct way
thing
to do it. Mhm.
the one thing you want to do though, speaking of this, piggyback on what you were saying, because I see how you had yours set up. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna stop sharing just for a second here. So now my thing is actually, it's always stop sharing. My site is actually hosted under free Hostia, but you can do the same thing in the one that you use for the school. But let me just pull it up so that you can understand how it is set up. And I'm just going to do this without, because I might have forgotten the login and password here. But I'm happy to see that you've gotten a head start. So that's really good there. I'm glad that. Okay, so let me get under File Manager and make sure this is it. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if this is the one. I might have set up a new one. Okay. Just bear with me for. Is anyone else have any other questions while I'm trying to figure this out really quick? Is anyone struggling with getting their site up and running? Anyone? Okay.
I probably will struggle, but I haven't started yet.
You're the type of person that don't have any questions until you actually dive into it.
That looks like it's going to be the case, yeah.
That's perfectly okay. It's pretty much how I operate as well. I believe I changed this. I'm trying to figure out what I changed it to. Okay. That's perfectly understandable, though.
Dr. C, I was able in the meantime to get back into the cPanel. I don't know
Oh, okay.
if you want, I
Okay,
can,
so let's share you, and so that maybe I
okay.
can go through and show
All right,
you.
here you go. So here's for everybody, here's me. And so again, I bought this thing and okay, so I go into, and then here's my URL.
Oh,
And
you're
then I
not
go,
sharing.
I can't see
oh,
your
I beg
stuff.
your pardon. Oh, yeah, indeed I'm not. Okay, here
Yeah.
you go.
Okay.
One more time. Okay, here's my URL. Log into cPanel, even though let me close these guys just not to confuse myself. So we log into cPanel. And then what I've been doing, working under this file manager, and then here within, as you can see, I've been through this a whole bunch. And then working on lesson 1, and I think I was on lesson 2. Yeah, lesson 2, and I put the index in, and that's where I was banging my head against the wall. I was looking for a template because this gentleman here, he's got a template and said, upload your
Yeah,
template.
because each week they are actually to build a template, but you will only be responsible for having your index file up.
Okay,
I'm not really requiring the students to do templates, but
okay.
now, as long as you follow your path of how you have it or set up over here where you have your 1510 and lesson 2, and that's good that you used all lowercase. That way, it won't break. I do see a lot of students like, hey, I posted my stuff up, but it's not showing. So you want to make sure that yours is case sensitive, and what I try to remind students to do is actually create everything in lowercase like you've done here.
Ma'am, I did not do this. Thank you for thinking I did it. This was already created for me. So, you mean this lowercase here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
make
Dr. C,
sure that.
I didn't do it. It was already done for me. In fact,
Oh,
I guess
okay.
I look at, yeah, you can see, so whoever's uploaded all this or built it, took your lesson to heart. Sorry.
Well, yeah, well, that's pretty much how you want it set up. So in each side of those folders, and that's where you will put your information. So because sometimes people get confused and they'll build out a website specifically for the final project. You don't want to do that. You want to have it chapter based like it's showing here on the screen. So once whatever lesson you're in, you'll put those files into that folder. And then once you have them uploaded, then you will upload that link and give it to me with that index file, and that's what I will do to grade your assignments. So you see there's a folder there for midterm, and then there's one there for final. And those are the ones that you'll put your midterm project in and your final project, hence that. So yes, keeping in that realm, so it's good. Maybe I haven't actually used the one over on the web hosting for students, so that's good that that's set up already for you all because a lot of students do struggle with that. So, yeah, so just keeping in that format. And then when you click on those boxes that you show, if you want to show your domain name on the live site again,
Oh, okay, certainly. But here we are. There, this guy.
just no, pull up your
Oh,
URL like you're
oh,
going to you're going to your website.
sorry about that. Oh, okay, excuse me. Let's see. Do I click?
Well, whatever you named it. What did you name? Is that what you named it?
Yeah,
Yeah, visit
yes.
website. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and this is
Okay.
curious. Now it says Joe Smith, but that's template. But yeah, it's the link one that one can purchase for $40 is webhostingforstudents.com. And then I just, and you can make up your own name or whatever. I
Right.
just put my name, Brian, in here. And again, this is what I get
Okay,
for a
so
website. Mhm.
Okay, so now it shows on here all of the CSIST classes. You can actually delete the ones that you're not taking. You don't really need to have all of those up. And I would actually advise that maybe you change Joe Smith to your name and put a picture up there and
Okay.
kind of like make it your own. And that's a good way for me to help remembering who I'm actually speaking to. So, or referring to as I'm doing your assignment. So, yeah. So that's basically what you would do to set up. Thank you for sharing that. You can stop now, but just
I'm sorry, real quick, whilst I have you, so let's see, you just threw me for a loop. So
okay.
theoretically, what I heard you say is I could get rid of, I'm showing my ignorance. I don't have a clue how I would change the name here. I
Okay, so
guess,
go back to C panel
oh, okay.
where you were,
Here's
where the
one of the C.
files were.
Okay,
Now go into
here's,
your file. Okay, so now you want to actually, let's see, 1510. I'm not seeing your index file. Come down some.
oh, beg your pardon. Oh, shucks.
Okay, do. Wonder if it's inside the folder. So you said you didn't create this?
No, I did not. This
Okay.
is how it comes.
Okay, so you didn't actually set up anything
I'm
or
just
anything.
wondering, would it be somewhere here within that I would make my changes?
Um, you would actually have to make the changes to the index file
Oh,
itself.
oh shucks. Okay, well,
Oh, kind of like,
but this is the index file. I shall say that I just downloaded. I haven't
okay,
um
so can you view the source on that one? Like
viewed the
open it up.
source on.
Yeah.
I'll double click. Oh shucks.
Oh, it's coming to the, okay. Okay, that's where your name, okay.
That's
Come back. Let's, okay, can you do like a right click on it?
sure.
And where it says view,
Okay. I beg your pardon. There we are.
view, okay. Alrighty. Nope, that's not what I want. So come out of that. Right click again and say edit. Okay. Edit again. Let's see what.
And that's just where I put my name in.
That's what you put. Oh, okay. So you didn't download the template of what you
No,
yeah.
I
Okay.
downloaded again. This fella, oh shucks. Here you go. This here, click here to download the templates. So I did download the templates, um, if you will, and that's, well, here, I can just click it again. I've downloaded a couple times. And then this is what one has, I guess, in the templates. And then here's 1510. Shucks. Yeah, and here's an index here within. Um, but I'm not, it's so small, there's nothing, I don't think there's anything much in there,
Okay,
huh?
so go into view, right click on that.
Okay, right click on that fella.
Yeah. And
Actually, I've got this saved, but
go to inspect for me.
I'll go to inspect. Okay. Oh gosh.
So that's okay, go back to no, close out of that one. Maybe I should use the
Thank
other.
you.
I'll show you how to you read that a little later on, but go back to your index file here
And that guy there. Okay.
and
Double
then right
click or
right click
right click. Okay.
and view page source.
Alrighty. Ouch.
Okay, so come down some. I don't know if this is the one
Oh
that
no, maybe
yeah,
if I found
yeah.
Joe Smith's name in and just overtype it with my name is
Yeah, that's not what I wanted you to see. So close
okay.
out of that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I don't want you to do
I don't want to
actually.
be here.
Yeah, that's not it.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I must have changed my account and I can't remember what I changed it to because it's not that one's the old one that I had out there. So we will meet up next week.
Okay,
And when I meet up next week, I will have that information. So if
okay.
anyone is struggling with getting that website up and running, I just encourage you this week for sure to post your zip files for your assignment, and then I can look at what you've done that way. So what you can do is you can work locally, and then we will meet up next week, and so that I can be able to explain that in more detail, because I thought it was the Carter 40, the 143 one, but I actually did change that. So you can stop sharing.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
But you do have the gist of what you want to do. I would work on quizzes, get your discussion post out there, and do your discussion quiz set up. Even if your domain name is not completely, if your website is not completely set up, put what your domain name is going to be out there in that section, and start mapping out what your final project is going to be on, because that's your choice. Now, the midterm project, you have 3 choices to choose from, but the final project is your baby. So you can do that any and which way you want to do. And that's for that. So, so are there any other questions before? I didn't want to keep you too long. It's already close to 8. So, any other questions so far? Okay. Oh, and thank you, Brian, for sharing, getting us through, thank you for that. And I'm going to end here, but I will actually find that information so that you can actually see it. And I will post up the assignment 1 so that you can see what it's supposed to look like. And I do just ask that you don't copy it, and just, make sure that you understand what you're doing. And we will go more into detail in learning a little bit more about HTML and CSS starting on next week. So until then, I will actually remember, you have my contact information. You can reach out to me anytime. I usually get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. So if you need me for anything, feel free to reach out. And that's all I have for this evening. So I'm going to give you back 5 minutes of your time. This is recorded, so you can go back and check it out and look at it and listen. Not a lot, but it's just more introductory stuff here this week. But next week will be the meat, so be prepared, for next week. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Okay, well, I'll let you go. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Take care.